So we have the phone. We're gonna take a picture and show you guys. We made our own little tripod so that we could do this video because we forgot ours again.
It's sketchy.
We gotta get better at remembering tripods. This whole like camera thing, I'm a photographer but not a videographer. And yesterday we got to go on the Leopard 50 here in Fort Lauderdale. It was amazing, but I did take a little bit of video, but I'm not really sure how it turned out yet.
Sure, it turned out just fine. We just weren't sure like how we were gonna do it and what it was gonna look like, and so it ended up her like recording me talking to Peter, the boat broker at Leopard, and me asking him questions and so on and so forth. So that's basically what we how we did that. I'm sure it turned out fine.
Yeah, I don't know. We might be able to piece some stuff together for you guys.
It was a little noisy.
I don't know yet. Yeah, it's noisy right now. I can hear the truck in the background. But anyways, we wanted to hop on here and tell you guys about getting on the boat yesterday for the first time. And knocking over our semi. It's crooked now.
It's crooked.
Oh well, if it's crooked, it's crooked.
Oh yeah, just like what our thoughts were having. We probably should have shot this as soon as we got off of the boat, but
yeah.
we were stupid hot, stupid sweaty, and we didn't do it. But I mean, I know what my thoughts were, but
yeah. Oh, it was. Peter actually asked me. He goes, "So how does it measure up, like in person?" And I said it exceeded my expectations. Like I was super excited, based on pictures and based on like the videos and everything that we had seen online. But I also had a little bit of reservation in the sense of, you know, when you go and you're looking at houses online and you see the pictures, but then you go actually walk in it and like everything feels a lot smaller than the pictures, and it doesn't look quite as good as it did in the pictures. So I, you know, was definitely held my expectations a little bit lower, and they far exceeded. The boat had so much space. It had so much storage. He could stand up. He's 6'6".
Like the only time I had to duck was just going through doorways, which is, it's not like that doesn't periodically happen at this point anyway, and that's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, that was like a big deal for us in general because he's 6'6", and living on a boat, having to hunch like all the time, whether you're cooking or anything, was probably not going to be something that was going to be good.
The only place I remember feeling like that I had to duck was just walking through doorways. That's the only
in the halls and maybe at the top too. Yeah. So just where there was doorways where there had to be headers. So he had to duck a little bit, but in general, like in the main salon, he could stand up and still have a little bit of space above his head, and definitely like in the owner's cabin and things like that, where we probably spend the most of our time. There definitely was room, which, well, I guess he's. Excuse me, sorry.
That was so dainty and beautiful.
From all the boats that we looked at online, the Leopard 50 actually had some of the best headroom, and getting on it and actually verifying that was really important. And yeah, it worked really well. And just the amount of entertainment and like lounge space and the, as you call it, the feng
shui.
I can't even say it. Feng shui.
The livability. We wanted to see. That was the biggest thing. We wanted to see the boat.
Feng shui of the boat is amazing.
The livability and like, just the usable space. And we actually went on the Leopard 58 and looked at it too, since we were there. And I just feel like the Leopard 50, what they did with the space and how every single bit of the space is extremely well laid out, extremely well thought out, and extremely usable. And we felt like there was no wasted space, and all of the spaces were plenty large enough for us to do and have and everything that we wanted, and have friends on the boat, and everything would be perfect. So some of the highlights or things that we actually switched up from when we built the boat for you guys is the boat that we went on yesterday actually had a utility room instead of a cabin. and I kind of fell in love with the utility room. Like, I was just looking at how, like,
They had used it.
they had used it. They had like their fishing rods in there. I could see having fishing rods, spearfishing gear in there. And then I also was like, there's no reason why you still couldn't have a little bunk with a little side that somebody could sleep in there, or maybe even two, like that our nieces or nephews could use.
Or like an air mattress.
Yeah, and we have friends that would be more than happy to do it, or an air mattress on the floor if like push came to shove and you had a ton of people, maybe like brothers, sisters, and then our nieces and nephews all on the boat at one time.
Well, it's great too though, up in the salon, the table, the built-in like table and couch, if you will, actually the table lowers into a coffee table or an eat-up table, or it goes all the way down and you can fold it out and actually create an entire bed. Yep. So that's extra space too. I think one of the things Peter said is, yes, you're gonna have company. They're not all gonna, friends and family, they're not all gonna come at once. And you really should build the boat for your usability, that you're gonna use it every day. And when they come, they're gonna come for probably 7 to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, and they're gonna you'll make it work. You'll figure it out. Some people might sleep outside, some people might sleep up on the bed in the salon. People will be happy to be on air mattresses even. So I think that was a good point, is to really not necessarily think about how many beds that we have, but how the usability is and what it's going to be like for us on an everyday basis.
Yep, 100%. And so that still left 2 very nice bedrooms, cabins
whatever they are,
for visitors, and then we still have the master suite, which was, we got a chance to, we only were able to glance in there because they were doing some work in it, but which was bigger than we expected.
It was way bigger than I expected. Like, just
plenty
the
of room.
Space on the boat actually felt bigger than I felt like it did in pictures, which is typically the opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Found out, like, probably for what we want to do and the fact that we want to live and work on the boat, we are going to need to have some aftermarket additional solar panels added to the back. The boat we had aftermarket solar panels added to the back, and they like covered it was just awesome. I really, really liked it. Found out about that, and the only other like big highlight that I saw was the outdoor salon area that's outdoor on the back of the boat. The table that's there is freaking huge.
It's
so
massive.
We are probably going to modify that. Like, you could, Peter said you could seat
a
football team at it, and he's totally right. Like,
you could probably get 12 to 16 people around that table.
it's like a boardroom table. It's way too big for, like, it just doesn't make sense. So I don't know, we had plenty of ideas while we were there, but we would change that out. But other than that,
yeah, that's something to be done down the road for sure.
Yeah, and every single thing. Otherwise, we loved air conditioning, everything.
Air conditioning was amazing. It was very powerful. You could control it in each cabin too, so you could turn it down or off in certain cabins if you weren't using them. That was a really cool option. The layout of the galley.
Yes.
The layout of the kitchen, the galley was just incredible. You could have 2 people in there. It's open. Some people could still be getting to the refrigerator to get drinks. I loved the layout, and that's the other thing that we loved about this specific boat is where the mast is located, because a lot of the boats, the masts are kind of like right in the middle of the walkway and very awkward, but where they have it in the Leopard is just so amazing, and it's
just
not in the
integrated
way.
into a counter, not in the middle of a walkway, doesn't really take up, it basically takes no space away from usability, like livability or usability of the boat whatsoever. And
Go ahead, sorry.
And so in all the other boats we've seen, we feel like the mast definitely was not harmonious with the flow of like the livability of the boat. But on this one, it was amazing.
Yeah. Other thing, Leopard 50 has a walkthrough in the front. So one of the really great things about that is not only just, usability of the boat going in and out, but when you open up that door, then the airflow, and then the back opens up as well. The airflow through there is absolutely incredible.
Like, we opened it up for a little bit even without the air conditioning, and even though it was hot AF, like it was, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but it was definitely tolerable.
Well, we
Like,
were in a
with the-
marina, so
Yeah.
if you were out on the ocean, you may have just been able to have that open without having the air conditioning on. In the marina where it's still and it's kind of closed in, especially where that boat specifically was, that air conditioning was an absolute must. So
super, super happy. The next step, literally, so basically they're about a year out on getting them, and you have to put 10% down in order to lock in your spot. So for example, if we weren't able to, but if we had been able to, we would have needed to put down 10% of what we wanted yesterday, and then our boat would have not been delivered until
July of next year.
July of 2020. And he said about 6 to 9 months, then another 10% was going to be due. Which, as we told you guys when we looked into financing, that's, you got to put 20% down on the boat anyway. So that's not a big deal. So yeah, I think we're certain at this point, and so it's time to.
Yeah, it was just like that final piece that we needed to know that this is for sure the boat that we wanted, and that definitely happened. And
Yep.
I'm so excited. So yeah, next is just saving up the down payment and growing our businesses a little bit more.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Yep.
continuing to do what we already are doing.
Yep.
So anyways, if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We'll also put the contact information for Peter if you guys are interested in Leopard. Absolutely hands down, great customer service. Loved dealing with Peter and everything. He was super great.
Yep.
So
For sure, we'll put his information on there.
yep, hit the like button.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell button too so you get notified when we
Absolutely.
upload new videos, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.